Welcome, everyone. I'm Kristen Bordage, professional learning facilitator and designer at Partnerships for Authentic Learning and Leadership. This next activity is something we call Best Days. And the activity works like this. Think about a time as a learner. This could be any time as an adult learner, maybe a time when you were in school, you were working on a project in a particular class. Think back to those moments and think about what made them your best days. What were the conditions to make learning irresistible for you? What was going on that made the magic happen? And what do you already know about what works, given that you've had this experience? Now think about the best days for your students. Are they similar? What were the conditions that led to their deep engagement, deep involvement, or that irresistible learning, something we call best days? What do we already know about what works in our teaching practice to facilitate those best days? So, in this activity, which is really just a post to our base camp, which I'll set up momentarily here, think about your own learning experience and those of your students, and think about the conditions that make learning irresistible. Also, think about what's going on when magic happens in the classroom and learning environment. What were you doing? What were students doing? And that was just the tiniest of clips of a student experimenting with a prototype that he designed in a sixth grade makerspace activity we actually tied it to collaboration. So, on the base camp or at the base camp message board, if you would take a moment to think back on your own learning experiences and then think about your own teaching or education experiences. Reflect on some of your best days. What were the students doing? And how about your best days as a learner? Post your ideas and thoughts at our base camp message board. You'll notice that my initials there, KB, are in yellow, and you'll see the prompt written as we get a little bit closer to the start of this learning experience. So, low stakes, pulling out what we already know to be true. And what we're trying to connect to here is the idea that service learning often provides students best days. Why? Because they have that purpose that is engaging them very emotionally. They feel that their work, their learning, their engagement has a deeper meaning and a purpose, a cause, if you will, and that is highly motivating. And we probably have experienced that and we've observed that in our students. So we're trying to capitalize on this idea of best days to promote this thinking about service learning of not just what it is, but why it matters for us.